Howdy folks, AJ coming at you again, your resident vintage gamer, and it is Super Bowl Sunday. We're getting ready for Super Bowl 48, I believe, if my reading of Roman numerals is correct. In this video, I'm just going to go over how I like to prepare for the Super Bowl. I have kind of a ritual that I do. Of course, you got to have whatever team that you happen to root for. You got to have their jersey or some kind of attire on. You got to have something like that to represent your team, even if they're not in the big game. But the other thing that is a must for me is I got to have my Homer Simpson mug. And I don't know if you guys will be able to read this or not, but I'll put it up here. And that pretty much sums it up whenever the refs make a shitty call. So that's me. That picture of Homer sitting on the couch there with the angry look on his face, about to throw a beer at the TV. Yeah, that's a pretty fair representation of how pissed I get when the refs make a bad call. So the other thing that this piece of equipment comes with is the ever necessary. That is the signal that my team, whatever team that I happen to be rooting for in the Super Bowl, has just scored some points. So, my wife hates it. She wishes that it would burn in a fire. But it's mine, and I take care of it. Now, the other piece of equipment that is a must for every Super Bowl that I've had since, that I've hosted since probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like 1998 maybe, somewhere in there, maybe no, well no, probably 94, somewhere in there. I got this. This is my my stuffed asshole here, and he comes pre-equipped to be dismembered at any point. You can even rip his blind head off. And he has got miles on him. He's been, parts of him have frequent flyer miles. So, anyway, that's the other piece of equipment that's necessary. And it even comes with an actual working whistle that, if you feel the need to blow a whistle at the ref or whatever, you can do that. So, in my archives, I also found something that I found at a yard sale years and years ago that I was absolutely, I bought it for like a quarter, I think, or a dime. And I was surprised this item even existed. It's titled, How to Watch Pro Football on TV by Y.A. Tittle. And for those that aren't old enough to know, Y.A. Tittle was a quarterback in the National Football League. This was printed in 1966, same year I was born. So it's 48 years old. So it's amazing that someone needed a manual to tell them how to watch football. But as I looked through it, the very yellow pages, it's actually kind of helpful, because it actually teaches you how to read defenses. And of course, you know, these are defenses from the 60s, of course, but nevertheless, it tells you what to look for. It shows you different formations, things like that, throughout the whole book. And it even gives you a guide to what the referees what calls it, which I don't even know how accurate that is now. I'm sure a lot of those have changed and been updated. But the other cool thing that's in the back is it has the schedules, the 1966 schedules for all the teams. Now, you might say, well, what's interesting about that? Well, 1966, the AFL, the American Football League, was still around before it had not yet merged with the NFL to become the only football league. So at that time, there was actually two completely separate pro football leagues in the United States. And it actually has all of the AFL it has the AFL teams in here as well. So, which my Raiders were one of. And it tells who they played and all that type of stuff. So, what's kind of neat is to kind of see some of the names, like the Boston Patriots. Instead of before it was New England Patriots, it was Boston Patriots, and some of that kind of stuff. You'll see different names that are no longer. Let's see here. I know there was another one. Well, it was the Baltimore Colts, still, because they were still in Baltimore. There was the Houston Oilers, of course. So, in any case, it was kind of a neat little thing that I found at a yard sale. And I did look on eBay, and there is one for sale. If you are a hardcore football fan and you like memorabilia, I think it was like $6.99 on eBay for buy it now. So, it's a neat little piece of history for the NFL. So that's my Super Bowl video. Rooting for Peyton Manning, hoping he gets a second ring. And I guess until next time, guys, we'll catch you on the flip side.